So I talked about this in Newswave earlier this morning, and I kind of wanted to take a quick look at it, especially if you had missed this. It has to do with Super Mario 3D All-Stars and the GameCube. I mean, you knew I was going to talk about it when it gets down to being about the GameCube in 2020, and it looks like in the last update, I believe it's version 1.1.0, Nintendo added GameCube controller support for this game. And it actually works in all of the games. I just kind of went through them and checked them out, and it does technically work. However, it is certainly set up for Mario Sunshine. That is what this is geared towards, which it's obvious. It's a GameCube controller, but it feels just like the GameCube version of the game, which is great. It seems that Nintendo is at least paying attention, although, let's be honest, this is probably something that should have been there at launch, and I don't know why that didn't cross Nintendo's mind to say, hey, we have the GameCube adapter already set up for the Switch. It can recognize GameCube controllers. Why not just add it in there? But either way, it's part of it now. So the way this works, according to Nintendo, you would use one of their adapters, the 4-port adapter that plugs into the side of the Switch when it's in docked mode, and you plug in a GameCube controller and you're off and running. I am currently using a Wavebird controller because it's like one of the best controllers ever made, but this does not have Rumble. With a regular GameCube controller with the Rumble motors in there, it will support Rumble as well. So if you have one of those and you hook them up, like one of the newer Smash GameCube controllers, should work fine there and give you basically the same experience you would get on the GameCube, just with widescreen. So let's jump in here to Super Mario Sunshine and check it out. So let's talk about some of the reasons you would probably want to use a GameCube controller if you have access to it. And a lot of that has to do with the analog triggers, or the shoulder buttons, I would even say, on the GameCube controller. Now, with this patch, they fixed a couple of other things. I believe there was an issue with the map where the transition would be kind of slow and weird looking. It appears that they have fixed that. Also, there were those cubes that were part of like the testing process that were for some strange reason just kind of left in the game. I don't know why that is, but Nintendo corrected that also, so that's good to hear. But most people, when they saw the GameCube controller support added, got really excited, and I'll tell you now, yeah, it has the same functionality. This is not just necessarily them saying, oh, we'll just sync it up and it'll act like it's a Pro controller replacement. No, this functions like the GameCube controller would on the GameCube version, which is great. So analog trigger, which means you can run, you can hold down slightly and you'll get this weird sputtering look to it as you kind of wind down and then up. And then when you click all the way in, it will take control of it and you can then start moving it around. Now, the one thing they said is they didn't really change button prompts, but it already looks like X right there anyway. However, at other points in the game, if it prompts certain buttons that you look down and it's like, oh, that doesn't match up with the GameCube. Yeah, they didn't go that far. To be completely honest with you, though, I'm surprised they did this much. I did not think, for a game that's going to be delisted in the next 4 months, I did not expect them to say, oh, here's GameCube controller support. Even though it's already there with the Switch, it is something that the Switch can use. I still was like, Nintendo is probably thinking, it's going to sell well enough. It is. So why bother? I am pleasantly surprised with this update. You can also press Y on the GameCube controller and it kind of just locks you in place there, just like it would in the GameCube version of the game. Like I said, it's from what I can tell, a 1-to-1 replacement for that, which is really cool. Now, the one drawback that I can tell, and maybe I'm missing something. If I am, let me know in the comments. There's no minus button on the GameCube controller, so while Z will take you to the map and start will just take you to save or resume, so their pause menu there, there's no way necessarily to back out of the game or access the menu you would need to change options or any of that. So like changing between the inverted controls, which are also in this game, you can't really do that with the GameCube controller, so you have to then keep like another controller next to you, I seem. Like I said, unless I'm missing a shortcut or a button combination that will let you do that, you would need to grab this Pro controller, press minus on it, and then you can go to this screen, which, funny enough, the GameCube controller will navigate just fine. So again, unless I'm missing something, you still need that in order to get to this menu. I was hoping the controls would be set up and kind of show you maybe the GameCube controller itself. not quite, unfortunately. I did try out the GameCube controller just a little bit in like Mario 64 and Mario Galaxy, and look, the GameCube controller is mostly set up for Sunshine. For those games, you just use a Pro controller. This is the reason we wanted the GameCube controller support in the first place, was for a game like Sunshine. But let me know what you guys think about this update. Are you as surprised as I am? Because I'm very surprised that Nintendo thought to themselves, let's surprise them with an update where you can use the native controller for the game in Mario Sunshine, for the 3D All-Stars collection. I am curious if they have any other weird updates or anything in mind for us with this game. I almost feel like this was probably it because it had the requested features outside of like Mario Galaxy 2. For some reason, that keeps coming up. Nintendo will sell that one for $60 before they drop it in here as a free update. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below. Make sure you like the video on the way out if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if not, and I'll see you next time.